sponsored by Aura. Today, we're going to be falling for Instagram gurus and actually falling for the scams that they present. Instagram is fraught with all kinds of gurus who are experts at doing one thing, and that's separating you from your money. And in particular, they have an advertising scheme on YouTube where they hire a bunch of bot comments to essentially flood all kinds of comment sections with their spam that advertise their page. All you have to do to find these is go to the filtered comments and search up an emoji like this. I would have never known to change my life and avoid disaster if it hadn't been for Ahmed Rev. With dear Ahmed's expert insight and cordiality, he told me my future and guided me how to change to avoid such tragedy that would have befallen me otherwise. Today, I'm wealthy and rich with happiness now that I've been guided down the right path to dear Ahmed's knowledge. And then there's a reply. Yes, I too have been greatly impacted by Ahmed Rev's services. He's the best clairvoyant I've ever found, and his insights have come true. I would have died in a car crash last summer if I had never found his wonderful testimonials and tried out his service on Instagram under I See Your Future. You could ask him yourself and find out. Then I said, can he change my past too? I want to see what it was like to be born in the Middle Ages. But then they deleted the comment thread. How could you see your future if you can change it? Then it's not your future anymore. We have 3 examples for this video. First one is beloved Ahmed Rev Fortune Teller. That's their name, not mine. Readings directly on contact. Psychic readings tells you your future. DM only. Only at See Your Future is true account. No imposter. Sounds legit. Second one. I grant wishes official. Multiple service and loads of testimonies. Contact DM and we discuss. Certified psychic and astrologer. PhD in advanced studies. Witchcraft. So you have a PhD in witchcraft. Number 3. Counter hacker global offensive. At CHGO official account. Do not fall for scams. In fact, we are a team of expert hackers to retrieve lost funds, items, and crypto from scams. Counter-hackings can achieve anything, quote, in DMs. Now, onto the accounts I'm using for this. They're basically no visible connection, and they have plenty of posts, so they're really realistic, and separate names and everything. But for this, I'll be using placeholder names just for each account, so I don't divulge the actual personal name. We're going to be going by both Crystal Waters and Pearly Silvers. We're going to be reaching out to none other than Ahmed Rev, I See the Future first. Now first, I started off with, hello, are you real or an imposter? They said, hello and welcome, I'm real. That's something an imposter would say, I replied. Well, I'm not an imposter, okay? You've come to the right place if you're looking for fortune readings. I said, I'm looking for someone to tell me my future. They said, yes, I can and am do that. My service offers range of clairvoyant skills and expertise in astrology, psychic guidance, and remote viewing. Any issue or desire I can solve or offer you in these categories. For future, I must know more about your identity to accurately channel your journey visually. But as if it wasn't enough, I will only charge after a demonstration, he says, of my abilities have been made. Then we may discuss quotes for future insight, as I too must make a living. But to begin then, since you have stated this desire, I will comport. But please let me know your name. But wait a minute. You're supposed to be able to read the future and my mind. How could you not already know what my name is? Can't you just psychically know what it is? I can only channel a connection with you if you'll invite me to it. You must offer me your name and basic info for it to work. So you're a psychic vampire? Any metaphysical connection in this world needs a medium and an invitation. Well, isn't that respectful? Think as if someone may call your telephone, but only you may answer it from there, and then the connection works. Wait, so you're a psychic telemarketer? No, I'm not telemarketing, okay? Well, I'm sorry. You're just describing everything oddly. I presume you were saying you were those things. It's just analogies, okay? Well, to be honest, you've already lost me on the metaphysical world connection. Yes, and for my identity, that would be Pearly Silvers for my name. Great! And where do you live, roughly? And what are your life conditions? Do you have any pets? What relationship status would you consider yourself in? Hold on, didn't you just say you needed my name? Now you definitely should be able to physically know all that. No! I must channel a connection. A bond must be made. James Bond. And then, I can commence the ritual. Yes! I have some pets. One is a shaved Croatian Dalmatian named Baldy, a flying squirrel named Fuzz Lightyear, and another dog named Tornado. I've been recently married, but it didn't take. Live in Cape Coral, Florida. Alone, other than that. But have a good job in gender studies, so I live comfortably, but some months I struggle to fulfill my expenses. Yes, that is good to see, and already, I'm seeing more how I can help. You are currently mid-30s and have 2 to 3 past relationships, and are struggling with something internal buried. What is this shit? Yes, that's true, but I'm interested in my future, not therapy. So they said, you're misunderstanding. Everything here is meant for the process. I'm gaining an image of your journey and mapping it. Well, no need to be so cryptic about it. You have a lot of struggles coming up. I can see an accident happening in 5 years, leaving you immobile. But you will also find another relationship and marry a bus driver for 3 years. You will get another job working from home. I'm trying to look more into the cause of the accident, but it's not concise. And there's an issue between you and someone related also that's hazy. There's something related to the number 30 I can't place entirely. Oh, wow. I was hoping for something more like which stock was going up in the most in 10 years. No, psychic abilities can't... What? Psychic abilities can be misused for financial gain. Wow, what do you know? I would have never thunk. But I can guide you to prevent this outcome or shape your future. I see so many paths for you already, but you have only taken one. I see a path where you retire at age 40 due to a lucky gig you land. Gig? I can tell you each step to take and every move you make. Okay, how do we do this? Full guidance sessions, $99. Then I reveal everything. What? But before we get into what happened next, we're gonna jump into a very clever segue. Yeah, seeing into the future surely would be a marketable skill that you could definitely make a living off of on Instagram, if it was real. But what I can see in the future is a data breach happening, because it's already happened basically every single day. That's why the sponsor of this video is Aura. We flip the tables on scammers and their tactics plenty of times in these videos, even using their own bank accounts against them. Your bank account, on the other hand, might be at risk, along with the rest of your personal data. On average, it takes a company 277 days to report a data breach. For most large companies, it's basically on the priority list just below taxes and decent customer support hold music. Bank of America just recently announced a data breach that occurred months beforehand. And for your bank, it could already be affected by one of these and you wouldn't even know until maybe even a year later, which means a criminal could have your personal data at their own disposal already. Aura keeps track of all of your personal information, your emails, phone numbers, social security numbers, and everything that might end up in a data broker on the internet, and immediately notifies you whenever it gets involved in a data breach and your information gets on the dark web. Which is how scammers are able to personalize their scams against you and others. After most data breaches, phone numbers, emails, and social security numbers are snatched in the millions and uploaded to none other than the dark web, where less than trustworthy players can buy them for pennies on the dollar. But with Aura, personal information is automatically scrubbed from data brokers and everywhere it shouldn't be on the web, whether it be dark or light, or anywhere in between, along with $5 million of identity theft insurance should the worst case scenario happen to you. Using the link aura.com/Thetekkitrealm, you can get 14 days, 2 weeks free, which is enough time for you to try out Aura and determine whether or not your information has already been exposed. So go down and try it if you want to keep yours and your family's data safe. Next, I Grant Wishes Official. Here's an account that I found. Now, if you remember, they specifically said multiple services and loads of testimonies. Contact DM and we discuss. Certified psychic and astrologer. PhD in witchcraft. I was studying to go to witchcraft school too. I was living under my parents' stairs. I was living under my stairs. Hello, I said.
Hi, thank you for messaging. Is there anything I can offer you?
Sure. Don't you grant wishes?
Dear, I do grant them. I also specialize in charms and psychic knowledge. However, the quote will depend on what is your desire.
How do I know you're being real? Can't you just grant me a small quickie for free? Come on, bro. Do me a solid.
Are you understood about the services? Wish granting involving charms is complex and requires many expertise. I cannot simply do it free, but can give you a demo of any another service. Clairvoyance.
What is that?
Remote viewing. Spectral projection.
Hexes and fortune readings.
Of these, I can give demo for free, but rest comes with a charge. Only charge once know the job needed and exact difficulty.
Well, that's great. Still just need a wish granted, bro. But I wouldn't mind a demo of that spectral projection now that you mention it.
Okay, I can easily work that. What is the desire?
Well, you see, I want a girlfriend. That's it.
We'll see what can be done.
But the projection costs extra. $3.99. $3.99? Oh, nice. What is it?
We will get to it. Is a power to view outside your body for a time. As you can see, this takes good energy to do, so why I charge for labor. Only decade skill can do it.
Oh, yes.
What is the wish,
I wish for a girlfriend, like I said. So should I expect one now for the demo before the full charge, like you said? I understand you mentioned that. Also, are there any surcharges with that? Last time I did business with one of you guys, they left a hidden fee of 3 pouches of pixie dust without notice. No need to worry, there isn't. The charge is one time. Okay, so should I answer the door or no? The fee is once, I said. No addition unless desired. Like, for example, the projection is extra.
What do you mean you do business with you guys?
No, I was just asking. Looks like it worked, thanks. Not perfectly my type, but close enough. I was kind of skeptical at first, but I think I'm down to pay. Hello? They said, I will curse you if you contact me again, since you are playing around, maggot.
Maggot.
That was pretty much it.
But not for long.
Now we're going over to Counter Hackers Global Offensive, an account that's owned by the original guy who's doing the I See Future account. And finding that out was pretty easy considering it just required me going to their Facebook account, which is linked with any Instagram account, and then seeing that it was only followed by one person who happened to have all their information that you imagine in any personal account. And that's exactly where we found all the rest of this guy's own accounts that he was running, specifically on these meta pages. That's what the metaphysical comes from. And now we can basically get to work with unscamming myself by paying these Counter Hacker Global Offensives. Now, if you remember, the Counter Hacker Global Offensive, CHGO official. Do not fall for scams. Good advice. Team of expert hackers to retrieve lost funds items. Counter hacking can achieve anything. Quote in DMZ. Alright, I'm going in as Pearly Silvers. Hello, I'm sorry, this is an emergency. I believe I've been scammed by a fake Instagram psychic going by the name Ahmed Rev under the handle I See Your Future. I believe he's a con man or imposter, and I've lost $100 of Bitcoin after he said he would tell me my future but then just blocked me. It's of dire importance to get these funds back, as it was all my savings. Now, almost immediately, the counter-hacking global offensive unit replied, "Hello and welcome to my service. I'm sorry about your troubles, but rest assured, we have the resources needed. We are a team of global cyber experts, ready to be at your service. Please inform me when the date of this transaction occurred." Yes, the date occurred 2 days ago. And what method did you transfer the $100? It was through Horse Nuts Exchange. I was told to make an account. Not familiar, they say. It's an exchange website for cryptos and, well, other things. I use it to transfer the funds to this scammer. Now they won't speak to me. Alright, they said. Yes, I understand. Well, it looks like an easy job. Crypto is fairly easy to retrieve. It is? Thank goodness. Well, it's mostly algorithms. We have counter-algorithms to retrieve stolen funds. However, it involves decryption, which takes computing power, which costs energy. For this, I expect it to be low, since the scammer has low security from what I see. It's him, anyway. I see, but the service still costs. Cost? $70. For full recovery of funds. Well, that's nearly a 70% loss. Is better than 100? Oh, alright, so now you're gonna be playing in that way. No, 100 is better, but I've lost it, so obviously I can't pay. Can't you offer like a free demo or something? No, unfortunately, computing power always costs. It simply is the only thing. I got it! Here's the plan. You hack the $100 back, and then we split it 50-50. Deal? No. Refer to the above mention. Alright, 70-30 then. But you have to give me the scammer's personal details so I can report them. I'll accept it via text, email, or telepathy. TBH, I prefer telepathy because I'm a practicing psychic myself, actually, but I have no intention of scamming people with it like some of the greedy dirtbags on here. Instead, I plan to cheat in Las Vegas. They said, please stop all the messages if you're not ready. Alright, I got the info, thanks. I'll be right back to pay when I get the funds back. And that indeed was going to happen. But then, there was nothing but being blocked. I guess they may have telepathically realized what I was planning on doing. Anyways, back to the wish guy. Here we go. I said, hello. Hello. How may I help you today? Hi again. I was wondering if you can grant me a quick wish. I actually used your service before, and it worked like a charm, lol. Excuse my humor, but all jokes aside, I appreciate your work. My GF, now wife, just got married, and couldn't be happier. Now, you don't have to send us your blessings or anything, but just wanted to say thanks. I'd like to purchase another wish granting now. Don't worry, I'll pay full price, maybe even with a tip, depending on the outcome. Understand one thing, okay? Before I warn you, now I'm telling you fully not to message me already. It will be last chance. If you do not take last chance, I will ensure nothing but misery upon you for the rest of your life. Alright, how about 2x the price? Seriously, I'm willing to pay. I'm not being unreasonable. Defeated and exhausted, I grant wishes replied simply, why? I said, because you grant wishes? Am I asking or telling? No. No. Yes. Okay. How about 3x? You name the price. They said, why so important for you to message already so much? What are you getting from it? A granted wish, obviously. I simply wished for green hair. My new wife has a thing for leprechauns for some reason. It's nothing weird, I promise. As you can tell, I only have normal hair right now, and green dye wears off. Hello? I'll write it out formally, just in case. I wish for green hair.
Why don't you go to hell?
It didn't seem to work. But then they blocked me. But that's okay, because we could just make a new account. Hello? They said hello, and welcome. Can I help you? No, I just wanted to say thanks again. Just woke up this morning and got the hair I wanted. I appreciate it. You need the payment sent by gift cards or Western Union? But there wouldn't be any gift cards or Western Unions or any payoffs in return for green hair. But luckily, my wife can be satisfied with me as a leprechaun. Anyways, no response. Alright, back to the future guy. I'm going in as Crystal Waters. This time, we've gained all of his information, but of course, it's under the ruse of me having telepathically obtained his personal information from himself, being that he runs the account Counter-Scam Global Offensive as well. So it's like a big loop of just psychic perfection. Yes! Oh, hi, you're a psychic too? That's so awesome. What's your speciality? I was told you tell the future. Mine is telepathy. I've been learning it. Hello and welcome. This is the I See the Future guy. My service offers range of clairvoyant skills and expertise in astrology, psychic guidance, and remote viewing. Any issue or desire I can solve or offer you in these categories for future, I must know more about your identity to accurately channel your journey visually. I will only charge after demonstration. Yes, we skip it. I see you're not the telepathic type. Could you let me know what your approximate age and occupational matter status, and this is needed in order to establish metaphysical connection to you as you invite me. As we've been there before. Yes, I'm 30 years old. Married for 3 years. Husband is a bus driver, but I work from home after an accident, and the job left me paralyzed. But only temporarily. I expect it to recover. What about your future? Are you interested in knowing? I said, no, I already know my future, actually, lol. I just double-checked this morning. I was just trying to see if you were interested in my services. They said, what service? I'm offering the service here. But I replied, I can give you a demo for free. Then you can decide. Okay. What's your full name? Place of residence, occupation, marital status? They just said no. Fine, I'll tell you. It's Gerald Sergree, 31, Johannesburg, South Africa, single, full-time scammer, $99 for more info. But there wouldn't be $99 and no response. Now, we've learned a lot today. We've learned how to cast spells, how to read minds, how to look into the future, and how to get blocked. You'd be best to go down and check out Aura in the description, because you're gonna get yourself all the security you need, make sure your personal information doesn't get leaked out and then stolen by people that don't want to do you any good. It's seriously a good deal, and try it out for free for 2 weeks. These are just some funny people I found on the internet for this particular simple little video. If you want to stay tuned for more things like this and random things, go ahead and go to Infurness and make that black button gray. Or whatever color it is, depending on your freaking... I don't care. Just bye.